Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Chi, and I am bringing you guys my top 5 favorite foundations. It's just in time for Black Friday, so if you're trying to figure out what foundation that's going to be your holy grail, then continue watching the video. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with my most favorite foundation, and then we're going to go down to my least favorite. I mean, they're all my absolute favorite, but there are a few that I love the most and that I wear a lot more often because I know it will never, ever fail me. So first up will be the Fenty Beauty foundation. This foundation is so amazing. I love everything about this foundation. So it's a soft matte. I do have combination skin, so this works just perfectly for me. It lasts all day. The way that this applies, it applies so beautifully. Like, it applies like butter, baby. The shade that I do have is 310, and this just blends in with my skin tone so good. If you are looking for your holy grail foundation, I would start here first. And it's some sort of witchcraft in here because I don't care what shade you get. You can get like 3 shades darker. It will blend in like a dream, like nobody's business. I've tried 300. 300 blends in perfect. And I've also have 330 and it blends in perfect. So if you're looking for medium to buildable coverage, like it does apply medium coverage, but you can build it up to a full coverage. I do have that the foundation on now, but I also mixed it in with my second favorite foundation, which I'm going to bring to you now. I do want to mention with this foundation, I believe Sephora is having a really good deal on this foundation. They have an exclusive 3-piece complexion trio. It says yours for only $79, and it's a $100 value. So what you're getting is the Fenty primer, you're getting the foundation, and you're getting the foundation brush. So you're getting 3 things for $80. And if I didn't already have this foundation, I would have bought the trio. I mean, I already have the primer and I have the foundation. The only thing I didn't have was the foundation brush. And I know a lot of people say that it's really good. So if you're going to try something, now is the time, you guys. Now is the time to try it. Okay, so next up is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Foundation. This foundation, you guys, absolutely love. Okay, this had my makeup looking so fresh and flawless for hours. Okay, one thing that I do appreciate about foundations is when they don't separate and they don't accentuate like your lines up here, your smile lines. This absolutely stays put, and that's one thing I do appreciate about this foundation. Not only I did have a hard time finding my shade, so my shade is 4-in-1 suntan, and I'm surprised that I'm neutral in this particular foundation because normally I would go for more of a yellow undertone, but this one I'm in a neutral undertone. And the way that this foundation applies, it applies so smooth. It's a very easy application, and everything that you put on top of this foundation, it just melts like butter. It's just they all go together. I have this mixed in with the Fenty foundation, and yes, honey, we're talking flawless. So if you want to get like a flawless beat, I will definitely go with this one, the Laura Mercier. It is a matte finish. So it's supposed to be, I believe it's a 15-hour wear. I have not tested it out for 15 hours. I'm not about that life, but I would say about 8 to 9 hours I have tested this out. And when I have like a long work day and I come home and I look at my makeup, it still looks fresh. A little bit oily in my T-zone area, but it doesn't separate or anything like that. It stays put, okay? If you're gonna splurge on something, splurge on this. This is definitely a good holy grail, and Sephora has like a 20% off discount. I'm not sure if they're going to do something for Black Friday, but if they do, and you're looking for a foundation, a holy grail foundation, honey, start here. Okay, so next up is the YSL All Hours foundation, and I absolutely love this foundation. This is a natural matte. Most of my foundations are matte foundations, so if you do have like combination or oily skin, then this is for you. Now, this is a very comfortable full coverage foundation, and it's not called All Hours for nothing. I went to the Beyonce concert. I may insert the clip. I had the time of my life, honey. And this foundation stayed put. Everything just blends beautifully with the foundation, the concealer, the blush, your bronzers, everything just glides smoothly with this foundation. And if you're looking for something that is a full coverage, lasts you all day, all night, I would highly recommend this foundation. And I believe it has, yes, so it has SPF 20 in it, so you can't go wrong with that. I didn't experience flashback. I will insert a picture of me with flash using this foundation, but I didn't experience it even though it has the SPF 20 in it. So that is a win-win, and you can't go wrong with this. This is super pretty foundation. It just gives you like that flawless baby doll looking skin. And I have the shade BD55. I did try BD50, but of course it had like this undertone that turned me gray, so I went with BD55 when they released about 11 more shades. And honey, I'm so glad they did, because I love this foundation. It is my ride or die. Okay, next we have the Cover FX Power Play foundation, and I have the shade G50, but I did get a tan in the Bahamas, so I may be G60 now. But this is my absolute favorite foundation as well. This is well deserving to be in the top 5. The only thing I did not like about this foundation is the fact that it does settle into my smile lines. Now, out of all the foundations that I just mentioned, none of them settle into my smile lines. I could smile all day. I can have the time of my life. It will not crack here. But this one, as soon as I put it on, and within 5 minutes, the smile lines are there. That's the only thing I do not like about this foundation, but everything else, it blends in perfectly. It's very lightweight. You do not feel this on your skin at all. at all, and it is super matte. So I know that for any of you guys who have like a drier skin or normal skin, you may want to moisturize your skin before applying this. And this will last you all day and has a very unique applicator. So it's like the little droplet. Yeah, some of it is coming out right now, but this is bomb.com. And I don't know if you guys tried the concealer, which is my favorite concealer, my favorite. I might do another video of all of my favorites, but the concealer for this, honey, I wish that they could have gotten that concealer formula somewhere in here to where it didn't settle into my smile lines, and we would be good to go. But until then, this is still well deserving to be in the top 5 foundations. And yes, honey, you can't go wrong here. Last, honey, but certainly not least, the Maybelline, what is this, Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. This foundation here performs like a high-end foundation, okay? Because it does not separate. It applies full coverage. This coverage is really, really full. Like, you would think you purchase a high-end foundation by purchasing this one. And I have the shade Golden, so it's 312 Golden. And I probably will insert a picture somewhere here of me wearing this foundation, but this foundation is a bomb.com. The only con that I do have with this foundation is I do get super oily maybe around 4 hours of wearing it, so I would have to blot a lot. But even after blotting, it doesn't separate, it stays put. It still looks beautiful. It looks like you just freshly applied it. But if you do have like combination or oily skin, you need to bring your blots, okay? You need to bring those blotting pads, those blotting sheets, because you will be blotting that night. But otherwise, this is still bomb.com. I absolutely love this. I love the coverage. I love everything about this foundation. And for it to be only what, 11 or 12 bucks, you cannot go wrong with that. Okay, you guys, that concludes this video. Those are my top 5 favorite foundations. Those are my ride or dies. I've had the chance to wear these foundations for months, so I know that it works. I know that these are really, really good quality foundations. And since it is around the time for Black Friday, and a lot of sales is going to be going on this week, and if you're looking for your ride or die foundation, those are it, okay? Start with Fenty, start with the Laura Mercier, and if you're looking for something drugstore, start with the Maybelline. And as always, guys, it's been a pleasure. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you dolls later.
Run out, flip like 10 car wheels. So get a little more. I got bands in the coupe. Bustin' out the green brass knuckles to scuffle. I heard that Cardi went pop. Yeah, I did go pop.